Hey there, fanboys and fangirls. This is your host, the other Luke, and joining me as always,
The other host.
I guess you could say you are the Chewie to my Han, and that makes a perfect
You're the Chewie
reference.
to my Han.
Word up. And that's a perfect reference because today is mostly going to be about Solo, the man who we know shot first, and the man who knows Leia loves him, and the man who can make the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. We get to see how he gets introduced into the world of smugglering, if that's even a word. Is that a word? It is now.
We'll go with it. Yeah, it's a word.
Hashtag smugglering. So,
Just make it happen.
as of the recording of this, today is May 23rd. It is a Wednesday. Tomorrow, the 24th, we are in different locations. Unfortunately, we couldn't set up to be in the same spot for this one. But we're going to be seeing Solo tomorrow. And in honor of Solo, we're going to do a quick little recording tonight and have this up tomorrow for you. And, to get psyched for Solo, because there's some cool clips that they've released. They're just a little over a minute each, but they give us some pretty cool insight into the world that we're about to dive into tomorrow. So, to start us off, if you want to, actually, we're going to have these posted into the video, so you'll be able to watch along with us. No worries about pressing the space bar at the same time as us, because that gets frustrating. Not a fun way to live. So,
No.
the first clip is titled 190 Years Old. We don't really, if you haven't seen it yet, then we don't really want to tell you too much about it, except this was released on May 4th. So, in honor of May 4th, this was kind of our first kind of clip of the
This is what Lucasfilm gave us.
Yeah. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play this. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
In 3, 2, 1. Alright, now you were telling me originally when you were watching this at 7 seconds in. Now once we watch it through, we'll go back. But there's a little silhouette of someone you may recognize.
I definitely look like, I mean, again, we don't know if Boba Fett's going to make an appearance. I like this right here is Chewie stepping up.
Yeah.
And it's
90 years old?
190 years old.
Great.
It's kind of the first time it's just like, alright, well this is the first time they were the duo, you know? He was piloting, he's co-piloting.
Right.
Little do they know they've got so many adventures ahead of them in those cockpits.
It was perfect. She just gave the seat up too. She said, "Here you go." She was like, you're in my spot."
Yeah, she wasn't even going to try to argue. So if you want to go back and check it, we're going to have it clipped out in the video. But 7 seconds in, and you gotta, it's a little finicky. You got to work around it. But there, you could potentially make out the silhouette of the Slave One.
I mean, it could be anything, but
Yes.
I'm hoping it's Boba Fett. The classic John Williams asteroid field score right here too, which it looks like they're flying through some kind of asteroid field. That's probably my second favorite Star Wars theme or what have you in the Star Wars universe.
I love the sound effects that we get out of the asteroid scene sometimes, especially the one out of the what was in Attack of the Clones, that like bomb that goes off that they play in
bombs.
Yeah, they play it in Star Tours. I don't know, there's just something about that sound. It just boom.
That's yeah.
So if you notice in this one, besides Han and Chewie kind of teaming up for their first time flying, we get kind of a look at how really old Chewie is. So and Han is how will we say Han is right in this, and is what 30s supposedly or early 20s?
I don't know, late 20s, early 30s. I'm gonna have to. I don't know the time in for. I haven't looked at that, but 190 years old, and he's still around. The current Star Wars films. That's insane.
All right. Well, according to Bob Iger, during an interview, he said that Solo follows Han between the ages of 18 to 24.
Okay.
So we're going to probably see, a couple different scenes. We'll probably do kind of like how they started off in Rogue One, how we got the older story. So we might see him on, maybe we might see him on Kashyyyk or something, because originally he was supposed to be, they were going to have a 10-year-old Han on the Battle of Kashyyyk in Episode 3, but they ended up not getting put into it. So I wonder if they go back and they kind of show, kind of like how they showed Jin as a young child. And then they kind of, they showed the title and then they flash forward. I wonder if that's what we'll get. Maybe they start the movie at age 18 or something, or him as a child. And then when we flash forward, he's around his adult age that we're going to follow from then on out in the movie.
But yeah, that was early 20s. Dang.
Yeah, so it's 18 to 24. So anywhere between there. So he doesn't say anything about him being a child, but I also feel like if he would have said that, that'd be a huge spoiler. So we're at least going to see, a very young Han. How young we're going to go, could be surprised. So our next clip, or not our next clip, but their next clip that they released to us, this one came out on May 9th, and this one's titled Han Meets Lando. And it's pretty interesting because it's, well, you know what? We won't say anything. We'll just go into it. That way, if you haven't seen it, no spoilers. So, Sean, in a count of 3, 2, 1.
You see, how'd you guys let me beat you on that one? Come on.
Love that silhouette. It's Han.
No liars in this.
Right.
Just players.
The seat taken?
Always says that, no liars, just players.
Nobody's in the seat that I ain't taking from.
This is our cantina scene.
Yeah, this is where we're going to get a lot of those different creatures.
Sabak?
Yeah.
Sabak.
Got it.
You played before?
A couple times, yeah.
Captain Lando Calrissian. Han Solo.
Oh, just
You're
Han.
having a good day.
I'm a lucky guy.
Can I ask you a question, Captain Calrissian?
Anything, Han?
And there we got Han.
But that's okay.
Kind of a low blow.
He just let us
There's
slide.
a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
I'm excited for Donald Glover and to see his portrayal as a Lando Calrissian.
Yeah. Because he's got, as we've seen, he's got so many different talents, and he's got such a range. And, I guess we can kind of bring this little point up, just kind of a little side note, since this is the scene where we see Donald Glover's character. This isn't Star Wars related, it's kind of Marvel related, but, Donald Glover is in both the MCU and the Star Wars universe now, so it fits. But supposedly, he's in talks to be in the next Black Panther, as well as them bringing back B. Jordan for his role as Killmonger. Now, one thing I did not know is that Donald Glover and his brother actually assisted Ryan Coogler with the script for the first Black Panther.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I was reading this article on comicbook.com. But yeah, they don't really mention much about who he's going to be in that. But what's interesting is he has his role in Homecoming, and we've already known that that's Miles's uncle. So it's just kind of like, is he going to be that same person just now over there, or is he playing some kind of character that maybe he's just going to voice, and there may be some CG behind it, and he's just going to provide maybe some motion cap and the voice to it. I don't know.
Well, the Miles' uncle, I'm forgetting the name, but he also plays the Prowler, or he becomes the villain, the Prowler.
Right.
Which I guess I don't know much about Black Panther and who his villains are, who his rogue gallery is, except for Claw. Really, they got rid of Ulysses Claw too quickly, I think. But It could be the Prowler.
I mean, with a name like the
It's
Prowler,
possible.
it sounds like something that would be in Black Panther. Um, so I don't know, just a little side note for you all. But back to the video where Han and Lando meet. So this is, as we know, it's where they meet. But this could be potentially the game where he loses the Falcon, or this could be maybe just the setup where, you know, they initially meet, they go on their mission, and then sometime on the mission they could play a game or something. I don't know.
I don't think it's the game they play when he loses it, because they're meeting here. I mean, I guess because you don't know what Han's heard about or the Falcon at this point.
Right, and for him to go ahead and say everything you've heard about me is true, it's like, bro, what if he's heard some crazy stuff and you're just saying that it's true?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd kind of like to see it played at the end of the movie. Like they go through this all together. You know, they built the, and then at the end, they play this game and Lando loses it, and then you know the rest is history.
It's
But
interesting because I mean, in the scene that we just saw before, you know, where Han finds out, which is another thing, I guess, if he's just then finding out how old he is, they're probably not going to do the Kashyyyk thing.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that either.
Because if he was going to be on Kashyyyk with them, he would know that he's old and that Wookiees grow to be old. So he must have just recently met him somehow. And like you were saying, I think you said it on the last episode, or episode 14, the trailer talk, where you see Chewie hanging out of the train and Han trying to pull him back in. You had mentioned that maybe that might be that scene where that life debt kind of comes into. Maybe Han and Chewie were literally just matched up by what's his name, Woody
Harrelson's character,
Beckett.
Beckett, yeah, Beckett.
Yeah, so maybe he's the one that sets up Han and Chewie, and you know, from that they kind of become, that's the start of their friendship. Maybe, you know,
that I think you're right, that's the start of their, you know, their acquaintanceship. But as this movie progresses, right there, that's when Chewie is set, and Chewie's always going to be with Han.
Right. I mean, especially after seeing
that's what I think. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah. So we may not get too much of a young Han. We may just, since he said 18 to 24, maybe the pre-title card is, you know, a young 18-year-old Han, and then after the title card is, you know, several years later where he's like, you know, maybe he's tried to get into, maybe we see him make his decision to want to go to be a smuggler, and then he maybe faces some kind of task that kind of like stops him in his tracks, but then we kind of jump forward and then we see him aged and kind of, you know, tethered up a bit. So who knows? Less than 24 hours.
Who knows?
Till we find out.
We shall find out, right? I know this whole clip with Lando also kind of reminds me of, you know, the old Western, which is what Lucas had originally. I'm watching this trailer as we're talking, and it's just, you've got Khaleesi. I don't know the actress's name. It's escaping right now, but she's Khaleesi in Game of Thrones.
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, you got her walking in the back.
Yeah, Kira.
Keeping an eye. And then you've got Chewie also posting up, just watching.
Right.
It's kind of got an old, you know, Tombstone kind of feel to it.
Right, and speaking of that Western vibe, that kind of segues us to our next clip. And I apologize to all the fans everywhere if we butcher this, but we think it's pronounced Enfy's Nest. That's what we're going to go with, and that's our next clip. And it was released on May 10th. And it's a pretty cool one, and it's definitely got, you see more of those that Western vibe in this clip for sure.
Yeah,
it is. But you get to see some classic Han, and if I'll give you my theory after we watch it. So, do you have it queued up?
I'm queued. I'm ready.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
planet this is on. It's
So I wonder if they like just crash landed there. They just landed there and they were looking for something, and then they kind of surrounded them.
I was counting on it. Just didn't plan on it being so soon. Of course, now you've got a problem. Big problem.
this is Han Solo right here.
Yeah, he's like, I got you.
Got a plan, but I'm gonna change it while we're in progress of the plan.
Hired guns. All I gotta do is give them the signal. You're surrounded.
So I wonder if that's Lando leaving and his droid, L337. Just back up.
Sorry. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Okay. Do the original plan.
So I wonder if that was what I think that maybe that's just kind of some kind of ploy that he's doing, because you know how he always likes to pull some kind of trick. So maybe he's like, he acts that out and then they leave and in turn come back around and they have that backup. But the one thing that I have a question about, and it's kind of she was just in the scene and it popped up in my head, but Kira, she is handed off to Han and them by Dryden Voss, Paul Bettany's character, like the villain of the movie. There was one clip that they had released where you see her with him and he's like introducing her to them. So I wonder, like, is she like a spy or something? Like, what's...
I don't know, because they kept her I guess origins kind of in the dark, as well as Paul was it Bettany as his character. We don't know much about either. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe she's going against him, or she's trying to pull one over on Han. And didn't Han have a in one of the comics? Didn't he have a girlfriend or some kind of thing, or was married? Or
he was married.
Yeah,
he was married. Yeah.
What was her name?
I do not remember her name. She was in the run here of the earlier issues of the when Marvel got the rights back for Star Wars from Dark Horse. She was in a couple of, her name escapes me.
Sana Staros. Okay. So not Kira. That's just the one thing I wanted to make sure that wasn't some kind of connection they were trying to do. So yeah. So definitely a lot more of a Western vibe on that one.
Yeah. So the shootout, right there.
It'd be pretty interesting to see how that actually ends up turning out. If they end up, it's one of the things where they get captured, or what.
I'm excited.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready for it. Especially, I was actually reading some of these random little facts and trivia on IMDb, and apparently, let me find it real quick. Yeah, Christian Bale. I don't know if he auditioned for it, but it says that Woody Harrelson was picked over Christian Bale as Han Solo's mentor. Now, I'm just saying, that would have been pretty cool, badass to see Christian Bale as Han's mentor. It's just like Batman is training Han Solo.
That would be pretty cool.
And I didn't know this, but Ron Howard was reportedly considered to direct A Phantom Menace, but he declined it, and he said the task was, quote, too daunting. But now,
Ron Howard was originally asked to direct Phantom Menace, you say?
Yep.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah, there's some pretty interesting like trivia facts on IMDb.
Makes you think how much better or worse episode 1 would have been.
Yeah. And you know what tomorrow is, right?
What's tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the 41st anniversary of A New Hope.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Because tomorrow, May 25th, 1977.
Oh, the 25th.
Oh, so Friday.
It's Friday. Yeah.
It's a Friday in 2 days. Because technically Solo's official release date is the 25th. But
yeah. So it shouldn't be May 4th. That's just the hallmark.
Yeah, but movies these days, we come out before midnight. It's kind of, movie releases have gotten like Black Friday. They used to start at midnight, but now they start at like 6.
Right. On Thursday. Like, wait, tomorrow is Thursday. Never mind.
All right, so the next thing we want to talk about is, if you've ever listened to the show for any length of at least more than a year, you know that we've been to almost every celebration in the past, 7, 8 years. We've been to all of them in Orlando, basically, which have been, 3, 4?
And then 8. They did 7 was in Anaheim.
Yeah, so so I was at 3. So
That's 3, yeah.
Yeah. But they just announced that next year it's going to be in Chicago, which is interesting. And one thing that I thought, because originally they were going to build that art museum by George Lucas that he was building. They were going to build that in Chicago,
right?
But
No,
they ended up pulling out, and they're doing it in L.A. now.
Oh, dude, it's in L. I knew it was in California. I thought it was going to be in Anaheim, but it's in L.A.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where they're doing it now. Is L.A. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, originally it was going to be because Lucas, I think, lives in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, or he has a place there.
Yeah, it'll be in Los Angeles. I don't think. Let's see.
I don't know why I'm thinking if he lives there or not.
I think that's just where he was wanting to put originally wanted to put the art
What
museum.
about his wife? Is his wife from Chicago?
I do not know. That I am not sure. Not sure. I mean, she was going to help him. I mean, she was apparently working with, let's see, here's something that says, this is just an article that mentions how disappointed she was that they, it was her hometown. That's where she's from.
She's from Chicago. Okay.
Yeah. She was upset that they wouldn't make it there because how much she loves that city.
Right.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's your hometown. You want something. I don't want something that big to come to my hometown.
Right. Interesting. But anyway, so Star Wars Celebration, April 11th through the 15th in Chicago, Illinois. So June 5th, you can go to their website now. We've already got like a little thing on our page to remind you on when the tickets go on sale. If you want to join that, join the discussion, talk about if you're going to go. We're definitely going to be heading out there, that's for sure. So yeah, June 5th is the day they go on sale, which is in a little over about
Week and a half.
It'd be 2 weeks yesterday, so just under 2 weeks until they go on sale. Should be pretty
Chicago.
nice. Pretty nice.
That's gonna be fun. I think it's cool.
Because we already know that we'll definitely get some sort of, because next year is 9. The Star Wars Episode 9, so we'll definitely probably get
Hopefully a trailer.
or something, you know?
Yeah. But while we're watching, we went to the last, what was it, a year ago, 2 years ago?
2 years. It
It
was
was-
last year.
Last year. I was saying been 2 years now.
Yeah, a year ago. Because everything just popped up on our little time hop thing. From a
Right,
year
that's
ago.
right. It was a year. But celebration, I guess 8 was when it was a pretty good celebration.
You got to
It's
meet
kinda
Ron
hard to-
Johnson.
It's kind of hard to say we weave into which one has been my personal favorite, but
Each one has had some pretty awesome moments.
yeah, the first one definitely when we went got to meet Carrie Fisher.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty cool. I totally fangirled hard.
Yeah. And then randomly
Me
met.
personally.
Well, that was at the second one, I think. Yeah, it was at the second one. I don't think this is the one that you weren't able to go. This is the one where I had Ashley call you. I think.
No, I
But
left.
that was the first one.
No, it was the second one. You're right.
It was.
Yeah. But I had left early and I had to go see her and I gave it to you. And you had her call me. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of that celebration.
Right. But we ended up running into Warwick Davis just randomly, just out, and just was able to take a picture with him and talk to him for a minute, which is pretty awesome.
You also ran into
Sam Whitwer.
or we both did. Yeah, we were in the autograph hall. He was just chilling.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
Right.
And yeah, you said Sam Whitwer. He's a cool dude.
He is.
He's a cool dude. But this celebration, this past one, I think if I had to pick a to be the John Williams
Oh, definitely.
the
That
40th
was
anniversary.
that was like the best surprise. Seeing that curtain draw back and him playing the music with the band there live. It was just
Yeah,
like,
it was kind of surreal. Like,
Right.
oh my god, that's something I never thought I'd ever see. Is John Williams conduct?
yeah, because they went on tour. They had the Star Wars music show live or whatever, but it was like really expensive, and then I ended up not being able to get the time off, and it just nothing worked out, so I wasn't able to make it. So to be able to see him play it live that close,
We were close too. Yeah, we were.
like literally like what? Not there wasn't any rows in front of us. There was like rows off to the side in front of us, but like it was just like boom right there.
We were maybe
I'm gonna see if
4
I
or
can get.
5.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can grab some of that footage, and I might throw it into this episode for y'all to see. There's some pretty cool stuff. I give y'all a little like recap video that you can look at while we're flabbing and jabbering on.
You're my only hope.
But it said looks like Last Jedi is coming to Netflix.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. June 26th, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I guess they're just wanting to make sure, because I mean they've already got Rogue One is already on there, but the Force Awakens isn't, is it?
No, they've got Rogue One, and then they've got the Clone Wars. They got the movie.
Is the Clone Wars still
all
on there?
6 seasons. It's still on there, which honestly, them putting Last Jedi on Netflix is kind of weird to me, because with Disney getting their whole
Right, they're getting their whole streaming service.
yeah, you think that's something they would wait to.
But I wonder if it's because their streaming service is still a ways away, and they're like, well, we might as well go ahead, and who knows how much money because Netflix had to have, like, there had to be some kind of deal struck there, because I feel like a movie like The Last Jedi, Disney wouldn't more necessarily pay to be on there. They make money for having the movie on there, because imagine how many people are going to be like, oh, I can watch The Last Jedi and Rogue One and the Clone Wars on Netflix. Yeah, I'll get a subscription. So I feel like even if they did pay for it, it was probably a really good deal in their benefit, because it's like you said, with them having the streaming service coming out, it doesn't seem like a smart move for them to put more of their content on someone else's streaming service if their streaming service isn't around the corner, I guess.
Well, yeah, and with them, the whole buyout with Fox being kind of on hold right now, because Comcast,
Yeah.
I'm going to say NBC, because they're more notable. Comcast is I think counter offering to buy Fox, and the reason I bring that up is because Fox owns Hulu. So that would be kind of Disney's. I guess they can experiment and get the hang of how Hulu works to then spawn off the thing, which I thought that's how it was going to go. But it looks like things are not looking like that.
Yeah, it's just kind of all up in the air now.
Yeah. But he also said it looks like Ragnarok Thor was going to drop on Netflix, as well as Luke Cage season 2, which I guess Disney again, Thor, that's another weird one to put onto Netflix. But
Yeah, like.
well,
Then again, there's our Netflix original series, so there's probably already a contract in play.
with Luke Cage, yeah.
But eventually, you would think that they're probably going to pull all of them off.
Right.
Also, for you Rick and Morty fans, season 3, it's gonna be there.
Is that coming to Netflix or Hulu? Because I know right now it's on Hulu.
It's Hulu. Sorry, not Netflix. But season 3 will finally, because seasons 1 and 2 are on Hulu now, but then they'll finally add season 3, which has been long overdue. But it just came out. I think it just came out, I know it's already out, but it's on Blu-ray and DVD now. I saw that the other day when I picked up Black Panther.
Yeah, it came out when Black Panther dropped, so that was Tuesday of last week?
Yeah.
I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I actually went to Walmart, I bought it, and then realized I didn't buy a copy that came with a digital copy. So I had to go back, return it, and wait for them to get the other ones back in stock so I could get the digital.
Oh, man.
Because there's no point in getting just...
No, you're going to spend, $25-$30 on a blue digital copy. I'm the same way. Like, I noticed I picked up Black Panther at Walmart, and I just assumed the Blu-ray combo pack would have a copy, and Walmart, none of them have a digital copy at Walmart.
Yeah, ours didn't either until I went to another Walmart, and they had them in there. And I had to get the 4K version.
Yeah, the 4K you can get a digital copy, but I don't have a 4K player or a 4K TV, so...
But I mean, it'll still play in a regular Blu-ray player.
I'm sorry, what?
It'll still play on a regular Blu-ray player.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's still a Blu-ray. It's just... it can output to the 5K, but if you don't have, 4K, but if you don't have a 4K TV or Blu-ray player, it's just going to play it in 1080.
Just regular Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I play the Blu-ray in my Xbox, but I don't have a 4K TV or Xbox One S. So, and it still plays it fine.
But I know Target, they sell they're just a standard blue copy and then a couple extra stuff. It came with like an art book and different cover art.
Walmart's 4K one was supposed to come with 2 packs of these cards, and I only got 1 pack. I mean, I didn't really go back and return it or anything, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Best Buy had the Steelbook case.
It seems like Best Buy, if you buy them at Best Buy, you get that.
Yeah, they always. It's like they're always like. I feels like they're the ones that always get Steelbook editions.
Yeah, like I'm right now. You can pre-order a nice Steelbook from Best Buy.
So, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Depending on timing tomorrow, once we see Solo, we may try to do our first thoughts real quick, because I know we'll probably each try to see it again, depending on how well it goes, before the weekend is up. So, this could be big. So far, Rogue One has been my favorite of the newest Star Wars since Disney bought them. Rogue One's been my favorite one. It's the one I've watched the most, and just
has it really?
Yeah, and I think it's just because and there's something that it's like, what they did with Leia and Tarkin was like amazing, but other than that, it's just like a feel-good movie. It's just like it's everything you liked about when you first saw Star Wars. It was just a good nostalgia trip, and it just builds right into A New Hope so well.
Yeah. I don't, it's, since the Disney acquisition, I'm going to have to say Force Awakens most definitely is my favorite. And that's including with Rebels too, because, don't get me wrong, Rebels was good, but Clone Wars set a high standard for me when it comes to Star Wars. When it comes to Star Wars animation, it's right now Clone Wars is the standard.
Definitely hands down.
Yeah.
Nothing,
but yeah, that's another.
Like Anakin and Ahsoka.
Oh yeah, and pre-Revenge and just that whole Clone Wars era is probably my favorite.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And with animation, you've got the
It's
new.
it's what sparked my increased fandom for Kit Fisto, because you just get to see
Yeah,
a
a
lot
lot
more
of
with him in the Clone
that's.
Wars.
Oh yeah, well you get to see a lot with the
And
Jedi
Grievous,
that's on the council.
yeah.
You've had what Keanu Mundi. He was in it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you got to see a whole bunch of Plo Koon, just a whole bunch of do nothing in the movies.
Right.
They came to life in this animation.
So yeah, if you didn't get our hint, go watch the Clone Wars if you haven't. So I guess until next time, I'm the other Luke,
I'm the other host.
and we've got a good feeling about this. Just kidding. You thought we were finished there. We kind of made a mistake, and we left out a clip. And so instead of re-recording the entire episode, I'm just going to throw it here and do a solo clip solo. So this one is titled Hollow Chest, and I'm sure you guessed what that is from. So it is based on it's from the Djaric. I guess I'm saying that wrong. I'm horrible with names. And also, since we recorded the other part of the episode, I've seen Solo. Not gonna say anything about it because this episode is not about Solo, but we definitely did pronounce we said Nephi's nest. It is definitely not Nephi's nest. It's Nifis nest. Anyway, again, I'm probably butchering it wrong, but it's not Nephi's, what we thought, which was definitely wrong. But anyway, I'm going to start this clip, and I'm just going to give myself a countdown so I can have a marker for the editing in 3, 2, 1.
Think. You want to make that move.
That's one thing I found interesting about this clip when I first watched it,
Okay.
was if you notice the move he makes here is the same move he makes against R2 in A New Hope, where he gets mad at R2.
Chewie,
And I think it's pretty funny. It just adds some context to it.
All you gotta do is think a few moves ahead, anticipate your opponent. There's a lesson to be learned here.
I think it's funny that he ends up losing to Beckett the same way that he loses to R2, and it shows why he gets so mad at R2 whenever R2 ends up beating him. So it was pretty cool, little nod there. So yeah, that was the last clip there. That was pretty much the main thing I wanted to talk to you about, was the fact that they linked those up. And it's pretty cool that we've seen this game kind of span throughout all the movies, with Rogue One getting the physical form, but with Solo's, there's still being the hollow chest form on the Falcon that we get to see later on. So I want it's just pretty cool to see those things line up. So until we give you our full Solo review, I am the other Luke. Like I said, we got a good feeling about this.